Hello? Hi there. Welcome to the Do Roboty channel. In today's episode, we'll show you what the job of a farrier looks like. That is a modern-day blacksmith. You'll find out how to become a farrier.
And you after you, that's exactly why I don't ride Orsic.
How much does a farrier earn?
The rates are between 80 and 200 zlotys per horse.
And most importantly, does it hurt the horse when the horseshoes are nailed on?
There are horses that, just like people, have a very high pain threshold, and sometimes a horse gets nailed, but it only shows up after a few days.
You'll find out all about this in today's episode, so stay until the end because it's going to be exciting.
I have about 15 to 20 seconds before I start trimming the horse's hoof. You're not doing it at all, damn it, damn.
But why? About those kicks, right?
I had a situation where I lost my teeth. I woke up at noon in my own bed, covered in blood, with my teeth spit out onto the pillow.
With me is Adam. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Adam, who is a blacksmith, but not really a blacksmith because he's a farrier. That's right. What does that job actually involve? What's specific about it?
I have absolutely nothing to do with blacksmithing. In the past, people used to take horses to the blacksmith. Now blacksmiths go around the stables, but a blacksmith forges and I shoe horses. Okay, but it's become so common that I don't fight it anymore.
So do you still have horseshoes made by a blacksmith or not anymore?
Now, only in some exceptional situations. If we need some orthopedic forging or something complicated, we can make the horseshoes ourselves, but they're already prefabricated. We buy ready-made sizes, models, steel, aluminum, everything.
Okay, so the blacksmith doesn't shoe these horses. You do the shoeing, you travel, you have a trailer here, you have a car that transports it. What's inside here?
Basically, the basic tools I need every day: a furnace for heating horseshoes, a drill for drilling, for riveting pads, various inserts for horseshoes. There I have a hydraulic press with a pressure of 13 tons. Here we have a grinder for grinding horseshoes on this machine. Blades, knives, a compressor for some basic things. And in the front there are horseshoes, gases, and that's it. So basically an anvil as well.
And all of this is fully mobile. What area do you operate in? In SI Poland?
Or do you have something here in Greater Poland? No, my main place where I work is Poznan, Kujawię and Pomeranian, and the farthest I go is Starogard Bank.
Okay, and you travel directly to the client, right? Yes. Are you usually hired for one horse, a few horses, or...
No, it's already a larger number.
A larger number, you come, you spend some time, let's say you stay the whole day and shoe the horses. Exactly. Do you run your own business? Exactly.
I'm from near Warsaw and I grew up back then, at the time when the state agricultural farms were still operating, and when they collapsed, horse people rented those buildings, and that's basically how my adventure with horses began.
Okay, great. Dear viewers, the partner of today's episode is Bank. So if you also have a knack for some kind of business and would like to start your own, you can do it with Bank. You can do it without leaving your home. All you need is a computer or laptop, a bit of free time, and the motivation to get started. Of course, you'll find the links in the description. Bank also provides support from a professional accountant, and a real one at that. Not a bot, someone you can talk to over the phone or even meet in person. Click the link and let's get to work. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Client number one for today.
Come on. Jesus, I'm a little intimidated by such big animals. That's a pony. A pony down there. That's a pony. A pony, but it's twice as big and probably 3 times heavier than me.
Well, I think this one weighs about 400 kilos.
So it's a little bit heavier than me.
You standing over.
Starting from the very beginning, why are we doing this? What are horseshoes for horses for?
They are put on for protection. Just like shoes for us, horses have their needs too. But it doesn't mean that all horses have to be shod. That's complete nonsense.
What determines if a horse needs it?
It literally depends on its genetics. If we have a thin sole, if we have a horse with flat soles, and the horse, for example, walks a lot in the field, in the forest, on stones, on hard ground, it may show soreness. Then the only form of support for it is shoeing.
And I also have a question. Are there different horseshoes depending on what the horse does? I don't know, winter, summer, sport, for trails?
On concrete. No, basically it's pretty classic, but we can, colloquially speaking, customize any horseshoe, okay? Winter, summer, no, it doesn't matter. We can add traction things like HCL studs, pins. That's what I use this machine for. In the case of snow or ice, we can, so to speak, make sure that the horse won't slip there. Sometimes there are stables where the floor is incredibly slippery, it's too smooth, and we need, for example, to put in or screw in pins so that the horse can simply grip the ground.
Okay, we can tune the horseshoe, tune the horse. Let's get to work. Here we have a tool. What kind of tools do we use here?
Basic tools, basically the most important ones to actually do anything to him at all. We have pincers, and I prefer those with longer handles since more leverage makes them easier to use. Here are rounded ones for unclenching, and we'll remove the horseshoe soon since he lost the other. A hammer for trimming nails, nippers for bending, for clinching the shoe onto the hoof, rasps of different grades, coarser and finer, a punch, a groover, whatever you want to call it. When we nail the horseshoe on, the nails stick out, and before I clinch them, I have to do it gently. A gentle groove under the nail so I can bend it, so it's flush with the surface of the hoof.
Our friend here is getting a little impatient. We know, we understand. That's why we're starting to get to work. Of course, we'll be talking about all of this in the meantime, but since we're working with a live patient, you show, you do, I'll learn, and maybe in a moment I'll help out too.
This horse is shod in the front. Many horses are only shod in the front because most of the horse's weight is on the front legs. He has a head, a neck, and there's also a lever effect. So usually if there's any discomfort, it appears in the front legs.
I see what he's doing and it already hurts me, so I have to ask, doesn't it hurt the horse?
No, not at all. This is a very common question from people who aren't involved with horses in any way. The hoof itself is, of course, incredibly vascular and innervated, but we work as if we were working with our own fingernail. So we trim our nails, it doesn't hurt us, but if we cut them too short, it will hurt. It's the same with horses. So you need to know how much, and what we can do so that the horse doesn't feel pain.
And you know all of this?
Yes. We have the hoof, we have the frog. It's a completely different material. If we think about how to pump blood back to the heart from the lowest point, well, we need some kind of pump. And that's exactly what the frog is for. As you can see, it's soft here, and here it's already the hard sole. And in a moment, when I trim this hoof, I'll show you where the innervated part is, meaning the area where we can't do anything or nail anything. We can't mess around there, and there's a part that's completely uninnervated, where we can easily drive a nail under the horseshoe. We're taking it off.
It's like cutting your nails, yes.
All right, we can see the clean hoof now. And here we have the white line. You can see it all around. So from the white line outward, that's simply the part of the hoof wall, not innervated. And everything from the white line inward is already supplied with blood. It's already like a living organism, let's put it that way. And we can't do anything there.
Are there any farrier schools to become a farrier?
Not in Poland. I mean, I'm not up to date right now, but I know that Farriery is developing incredibly here, even though many people think it's a dying profession. It's exactly the opposite. So right now you can even get European qualifications. European farrier. However, in Poland many years ago, there was no way to get a certificate or journeyman's document because there was no demand. There was no need. So the only form of education is to train under a farrier. Travel with him, okay. And the best way, if someone is connected with horses at all, meaning they grew up with horses and naturally also wants to work with them. Knowledge about horses. If someone already has experience, it's much easier for them to naturally move on to working with hooves than for someone who comes to me completely new, meaning they have no idea about horses.
That's right. Success in business feels great, but it feels even better when it's your own. You also started your own company. You were also in Norway where you worked with horses as well. Yes, that's right. You say that you also gained experience there. Yes. Was there, I don't know, a different nature to that work or?
Exactly. No, the work is the same and the protocol for shoeing horses is identical.
So wherever you go in the world now, you can do this job?
Yes, exactly. However, everyone has their own style and their own philosophy. And regardless of what philosophy someone has, it either works or it doesn't. So directly the horses test our philosophy. The hoof grows back just like our fingernails. So we have to repeat this procedure every 6 to 8 weeks.
So we have a forge here in this car. We put horseshoes in there. What for, why, and what does it do?
We heat it up. Basically, when the horseshoe is heated, it's much easier to manipulate because you can imagine. Shoeing 8 horses a day and hammering cold steel leaves your elbows numb or in too much pain to move by day's end. And the second thing, why do it hot instead of cold? Because we can shoe cold too, meaning I can work on a cold horseshoe here on the anvil and fit it. However, it will never be a perfect surface-to-surface fit, so we want to burn it on. Not only does it seal for us, it creates a connection between the hoof and the horseshoe. Second, it kills all the bacteria. On average, the temperature of the horseshoe is about 700 degrees when we apply it. So no bacteria stand a chance. So generally, it's much easier for me to shape it because every hoof is different. And secondly, if the horseshoe fits perfectly, the horse won't be able to pull it off so easily. Because if there are no gaps, it keeps working, the hoof keeps growing. So now, after a week, like you put it on, and it's going to be crooked, and it's going to get even looser. So that's when it starts to get problematic.
And who decides that you come to this particular stable? Is it like, I don't know, an inspection station where you have it scheduled in your calendar to show up here in 8 weeks? Or is it more like the owner of these horses says, Mr. Adam, there's work that needs to be done?
Yes, it's like everyone has. It's a free market. Everyone has a choice. You just call and decide whose services you'll use. That's how it works.
You already know how many and what kind of horses you'll bring here today, right? Yes.
You can't do them all since we have many horses to work with here.
And you work all year round. It doesn't matter if it's winter or summer.
Paradoxically, winter is much more pleasant to work in than summer. Just imagine, it's 30 degrees and I have to stand by the stove. Yeah, no one even comes by to talk. From every angle of work, you have to keep in mind that a horse also gives off a temperature that's 2 degrees higher than a human.
Oh, this is what I've been waiting for, a bit of blacksmithing.
In this situation, I don't really have to do much because this hoof is pretty much correct, so I don't have to change much. With the other one, I'll have to do a little bit.
And you do this from memory, what you fitted and saw earlier, so you know.
Yes, that impressed me. However, after many years of work, I already know why. It's something you learn over time. I make sure everything is straight, neat, nothing is crooked. We grab the tongs and go hot fit it. Now we'll hot fit this one.
And that doesn't hurt him either?
Now, generally the hoof is a very poor conductor of heat. Depending on how much I heat the horseshoe, I have about 15 to 20 seconds before I burn the horse. So like I can easily do it without any rush. Haha.
Like burnt skin. An unpleasant smell, dear viewers.
I press the hot horseshoe and you can see the mark from burning. Then I see where it didn't burn completely, where it needs to. That's why I have to make sure on the anvil that the surface is perfectly level. Then it's also an indicator on the hoof that I have a perfectly even surface. That way the horse doesn't put more or less weight on one side.
Oh, and we put it on cold now.
Oh, we attach it cold now, yes. All right, now we sand it. As you can see, these edges are sanded at about a 45-degree angle. That's exactly the point. When we have 90 degrees to 90 degrees, if it accidentally catches somewhere or if someone steps on it, it could tear off. Well, that's quite a few kilograms, no matter how you look at it. So now, assembly, right? Show the leg. I need to make sure that everything is as it should be. Oh, I need to hold it against myself. And actually, it's pretty good, yes.
I'll ask for the third time, yes. Doesn't it hurt the horse? No?
But that's also a great indicator, speaking of what I said, that we have a boundary up to the white line. Because if I got in too close, I keep watching how the horse behaves. If I stick it in and it hurts him, he'll pull his leg away, he'll react in a certain way. So I always have to keep in mind what's happening around me. You can see I'm nailing, he's just standing there, nothing's happening, so it's okay. There are horses like that. Some have a very high pain threshold, just like people. And sometimes you accidentally drive a nail into the horse's hoof. It could appear after a few days, for example.
Okay.
It might not even hurt, but it could feel a bit uncomfortable somewhere. it will appear after a few days.
What kind of nails are these? Are they special? Yes.
These are special nails. They used to call them ufnal. They're made of very soft steel. They're very malleable. You can see that a nail like this bends very easily. And we drive it in with a specific side. It's designed so that when I hit it harder at a certain point, as you'll notice, it bends outward. So on one side it's completely flat, and
there's a slight curve.
But if I don't look and do it this way, it'll get stuck in the hoof. Then it'll hurt. So we've got the first horseshoe on. And now we'll finish from the front. Now I'm bending them. I'm cutting off the excess length on both sides. Now we have a chisel. I can tap these caps in, and I need to make a small hole right under the nail. From one side and the other, yes. And now with the crocodile pliers, I need to bend this end. You can see it, I have to crimp it. So I need to rivet this housing like this. Like this. And now we have cosmetics.
But with 30 horseshoes a day, isn't it a bit monotonous work? Does anything change here, or is it always the same?
It changes, which is the main advantage. Even with one horse, hooves vary, and there are different horses each time. There's always something new to do. Different problems, and sometimes no problems at all, so no, there's no chance for monotony here.
So what, is the horse ready?
Yes, we have the first one.
The first one, you seem to have done 7 already.
It's too warm. That's why I said winter is a much better field to work in. Come on.
So, referring to that, I'll ask, what's the worst thing about this job overall, from finding clients to taking care of the horses to paperwork, accounting and so on? What's the worst part?
With accounting and paperwork, it's pretty much the same as in any other business, I think. When it comes to starting out in my industry, the demand for farriers is huge. We have way more horses than farriers to take care of them. I've noticed that different people have different ways of working. Some don't like to get attached to their clients. They travel around Poland. They advertise that today they're in Małopolska, tomorrow they're somewhere in the Eastern Bloc, in 3 days in Warsaw, and then to the seaside. I don't want to work like that. I prefer to know the horses I take care of. They're not just numbers to me. I just like to know them, know their stories, know the owners. It really makes my work much easier, and it's more enjoyable.
You do this job with real passion. It's not just about shoeing the horse and getting paid. You truly care about your work.
I think when it comes to horses or working with animals in general, it's more of a lifestyle. I like doing what I enjoy, and at the same time having the opportunity to make a living from it.
And that's what it's all about. And that's exactly what business is about. My dear viewers, recently I created a tutorial for you on the Do Roboty channel about how to start your own company. And it's best to run it with passion, just like Adam. If you want to do it together with mBank, check out the link in the description. There you'll also find all the procedures on how to go through these steps. And most importantly, you can work with a certified accountant who cooperates with mBank. So then all the paperwork, choosing the PKD code or matters related to Zeus and so on are all at your fingertips, because this accountant simply helps you, so you don't have to deal with things that aren't necessary for you, and you can focus on what you like to do, like shoeing horses, cutting hair or painting nails on commission. So if you want to start your own business, check out my tutorial on how to set up a company in Poland with the support of mBank. And what about us? I guess we're moving on to the next horse.
The way a horse shows trust is by letting you pet it between the eyes, because that's a spot it can't see.
And it's afraid?
So if it lets you pet it there, it means it's, you could say, a sweetheart.
It's best not to aim between the eyes at first.
No, not right away and without sudden movements, because horses are animals that instinctively run away. If there's a threat, it's not that you'll get kicked in the face, but whoosh, they're gone.
And speaking of those kicks to the face, that's exactly what I wanted to ask about too. Are there any dangerous situations like that? Are there? Well, of course, every day.
In your career?
Well, plenty.
I had a situation where I lost my teeth. Norway surprised me with implants. I had a full jaw reconstruction. What happened? I got hit with 2 sticks in 2010. I came in the morning to feed. It was Sunday. And one mare somehow got out of the stall. She broke the trash can and was wandering around the stall and the corridor. And the only thing I remember is that I brought her back to the stall, and then I thought I still wanted to sleep, so I went back to bed, and then I woke up. Okay? In the afternoon, in my own bed, bloody, with teeth spat out onto the pillow, all sorts of crazy things. A client came by with a horse I was taking care of at the time. She saw me from afar, joked that somebody had slept in on Sunday. I already had the jaw splint on since there was no pain at all. She took me to the emergency room. There they just stitched up my lip and sent me to Oslo. And there they started to take action. But my whole upper jaw is completely gone. But what?
Did you get kicked by a hoof?
Yes, yes.
But from behind somehow? From the back, yes. That's real strength. That horse weighs 400 kilos. Yeah, and it's got power, right?
Does it? I once had the chance to try out how strong a horse's deep flexor tendon is on a severed leg. If you don't try it yourself, you can't imagine it. The strength is incredible.
The strength is incredible.
So the thing is, everyone says, oh, that must have hurt, but it didn't hurt at all. Nothing, because it was a knockout. So there was no pain.
Do you work, for example, 8 hours a day? Yes.
It depends. I try not to work on more than 8 horses, since that takes about 8 hours. Usually it takes 40 to 60 minutes to shoe each horse.
So it's more or less predictable. 8 horses, 8 hours a day, plus driving since you work in this area. Do you charge upon arrival or per horse?
That depends again. It depends on the distance. If I'm traveling, then I split the travel cost among the clients. Sometimes I come to a stable where there are 30 horses and each one belongs to someone else.
All right, and this transport, let's say you split the travel cost among all those horses. Yes, so for one horse, how much does it come out to?
In trimming, if we're talking just about trimming, so cleaning, yes. The rates are between 80 and 200 zlotys per horse. For shoeing just the front hooves, it's from 280 to 500.
All right, but what does that depend on? 200, 280 to 500, you know, that's almost half a horse more.
Exactly, everyone sets their own rates, and I think it's fair because you have to value yourself. So we don't price the service based on whether you're close or far away, no. It's just that there's someone who trains, invests in tools, improves their qualifications, and charges people accordingly, and I think that's very okay. Sure, that's very okay. So everyone calculates based on their own moral compass. That was beautifully said. Beautiful.
I said it beautifully. So just doing the math and wrapping up this whole earnings topic, yes. 8 horses a day on average, 300 zlotys each, yes, that's about 2,500 in daily revenue, let's say. Yes, revenue, that's important.
Revenue, not profit, yes.
So we try to have an educated audience and we educate our viewers on the Do Roboty channel, meaning that revenue is not what stays in your pocket, it's just what we charge the client. There are many expenses like gas, insurance, social security, and taxes. Still, you might take home about 2,000 to 2,500 from a day's work.
So since you've already seen how I do it, it would be good for you to try working the metal yourself a bit.
So I'll become a modern blacksmith.
That's a slight exaggeration, but we'll try.
Although maybe just a little. I asked earlier if there are horseshoes suited for different, let's say, surfaces, seasons, and so on. Yes. Are horseshoes kind of like shoes where some are, I don't know, super expensive? Of course.
Of course, yes, there are even hoof boots. If someone doesn't want to shoe the horse, nowadays the horseshoe market is so developed that even if I didn't have anything to nail to, I can still shoe the horse. I can rebuild the entire hoof, use any model of horseshoe. I can use glued ones or ones attached with clips. The possibilities here are unlimited because the costs,
The amounts you mentioned earlier, let's say between 250 and 500 zlotys for shoeing, that's already with the material, with the horseshoe, yes. Maybe there are horseshoes for 3,000, 3,500, or even 7,000.
Although, no. But if we get into the topic of boots, which of course can be reused, but those are already higher costs, 1,000, 2, 3 at most. Now grab that horseshoe like I am. You can place it on the corner like this and use this side to manipulate it, to bend it nicely. That's right. We place the template on the forehead and straighten it so it looks nice on the flat part, and now we straighten it. The same with the other one.
So I need to turn the other one like this?
Yes. And we straighten it, and from one side and the other. That's right, front and back.
Jesus, it's so hot coming from this, you guys. Seriously, it's crazy. So, if someone like me, a complete beginner, wanted to learn to shoe a horse for the first time, how long would it take?
It's very individual. It depends on how quickly someone picks it up, but looking at you, that's exactly why I don't work with an assistant.
Because it's hard. They don't get it.
You just don't get it, damn.
But why? Wrong.
But that's misleading. Usually when you go out with a farrier, right before the trimming and so on, it lets you finish, meaning to polish. To rasp, like to finish everything, and then under the eye of an observer, so to speak, you can start working on your own. With a horse, yes, with a horse, yes. We will turn on the grinder, and at an angle of 40, 45 degrees like this, as you can see, 45, 60. The closer the concern, the bigger the angle. And then we change. We change until the end. And the same here, on this side, like this. And you have to be careful not to go too far, because the belt might pull us in.
No.
It looks impressive.
It looks impressive. So at this point, even a horse would laugh.
So now it's like choreography. Up, right leg under the belly. And with this hand, grab that leg like this here. And an important thing, you don't pull it toward you, because it will be uncomfortable for him. We always look at it in terms of the horse's joint mobility. If he lifts it and feels comfortable here, we need to move our body toward the horse like this. Okay.
Okay. I'm scared. Give me your leg. Yes, Jesus slash.
Between your legs.
Never jump like that. Yeah, he probably knows it's me.
Go. And there we have it.
All right, I got it.
I'll go after. I'll start.
I don't know what to cut.
Now both hands firmly. Yes. And the same next to it. Next to you. You pull it out and now next to it, but in the same place.
I don't know. Adam here. Okay.
Oh, here.
My dear friends, for the Do Roboty channel, I'll do anything, and this is really my first time doing this, and I'm a bit nervous because we have a live horse.
And we're going up. And here? Yes, no, hard. I'll show you.
All right.
Is it worth it for the horse to walk after surgery?
Definitely. I would want that, and I wouldn't have to get new teeth, that's all.
There are such people.
All right?
I'll do the rest.
Ooh, I really got stressed out. I have a fear of heights and a fear of big animals, really? No, you were great, horse. Did I do it well, Adam? Tell me, did I? Yeah, for the first time?
I'll be honest, there could be something to it.
130 heart rate, it's there, it's intense. No, I really got stressed, but hey, you do what you have to do.
Can I grab your leg? Yes. Ask nicely, please.
Give me your leg and put it here.
And here, exactly.
Can the horse give me its leg?
Up, do it yourself. Listen.
So I have to?
The horse gives you its leg, you have to do the rest.
Oh my goodness. Can I have your leg again, horse? All right.
And we put it down. Jesus.
How many?
This, oh.
We have that leg. Oh, hey, we got it. Thanks, horse, for your help.
All right, but put your left foot flat as well.
Like this?
Yes, so you have both hands available.
Because this chair is about to break your head off.
Yes, and we gently round it off, so it's just right. That's it, and all around.
I expected him to cooperate and give me his leg, not make me wrestle for it.
Very well-behaved horse, right? Is he well-behaved? Look, he's standing like a statue. Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine if there were flies flying around here now and he would get annoyed. Yes, all around. Now you can take the rasp, put it on your forearm like this, and just like we have the hoof, nicely all around.
Okay. Oh, and wait a moment, horse. Something like this?
No, there you go. Keep it in one hand and go all the way around. But you have to do it nicely. The rasp doesn't collect this way. Try the other direction. Now this way, yes.
Now pull it.
Oh, because you really have to use some force, because now, and it's not completely sharp anymore, so it moves very gently.
Do you like it, Mr. Horse? Oh, friends, that was another stressful activity. We'll leave Adam here since he still has 4 horses to do and needs to pull the leg. Sorry, horse. Sorry, horse.
But you have to be gentle.
Adam, I really want to thank you that I can be happy now because you make me happy because I got stressed out. Thank you very much for letting me show my viewers on the Do Roboty channel what the work of a farrier looks like. You are a huge inspiration, I think, for young people, that if you want something, if you want to do something cool and conquer mountains, because that's what you can call it, then you just have to do it. If you know how or want to work with horses, then you should just do it, right? Earn money doing it.
There's no secret formula. You just have to do your thing.
You have to do your thing, and it's best to do what you like, definitely, because then work brings the most joy, and working for yourself brings even more joy. So I sincerely thank you for the opportunity to create this very interesting episode, and I wish you good luck in your business. All the best to you. Thanks. Dear viewers, as I mentioned earlier, this episode was created in cooperation with mBank. I previously made a tutorial, as mentioned, on starting your own business if you'd like to do the same. Adam, a great entrepreneur who built his business on his passion, then check the description. There you have a link where you can click and see a tutorial on how you can start your own business thanks to mBank. And thanks to the accountant who works with mBank, you can improve your company, meaning the accountant cooperating with mBank will help you set it up. Choose the PKD code, take care of topics related to ZOS with taxes, so you will do what you like most, which is working for yourself and running your own business. Watch the next episodes on the Do Roboty channel, leave a thumbs up, and as for us, let's keep going.